is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds.
Let's be real, watching Terence Crawford fight is like watching your Wi-Fi crash during a Zoom interview. Clean, flawless, and leaving everyone else looking like they forgot the password. This dude didn't just beat Canelo, he scared an entire division into Googling new careers. The transcript said it best. Fighters aren't lining up, they're lining out the back door. Translation?
Fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts.
Crawford's the boogeyman of boxing, and every contender just left the lights on before bed. Crawford's style is terrifying because it's boringly brilliant. He doesn't give you the wild brawls, he doesn't give you a sloppy puncher's chance. He gives you mathematics, crisp jabs, surgical counters, and IQ so high it should be teaching at Harvard. That's why fighters don't want him. You can prepare for power, you can prepare for speed. But how the hell do you prepare for someone who makes 0 mistakes? It's like playing chess against AI. You're not just going to lose, you're going to lose with a smile, then spend the next 6 months wondering where your career went. And here's the kicker, after Crawford embarrassed Canelo, fighters realize something.
I've been a world champion, as you know, and I've been a 3-division world champion. I've only won 1 of the belts. I don't know what it is to be undisputed. I don't know that feeling. Do you understand? What he did last night is unbelievable.
If he can neutralize a monster, what chance do the rest of them have? It's like seeing Superman lose his cape, then realizing you've been walking around in a party store Batman mask. Fighters know stepping in with Bud isn't a payday, it's a public execution. You don't just lose, you lose your aura, your mystique, and half your Instagram followers. The boxing world is officially spooked, and that's why Bud is more dangerous now than ever.
This was Terence Bud Crawford moving up 2 weight divisions, really 3 in my mind, because we only fought 1 fight at the junior middleweight division. So he's really moving up from 147 pounds, okay? Terence Bud Crawford moving up to the 168-pound limit in an effort.
He doesn't need to call anybody out, they're already busy hiding under their promoters' desks. Watching Crawford dismantle Canelo was like watching the class clown suddenly realize the exam is cumulative. My guy Canelo looked like he was trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded every pivot. Every feint, every counter had him second-guessing his own existence.
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
It's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
And this is Canelo, we're talking about the pressure king, the Mexican monster, the dude who made careers disappear. Yet Crawford had him looking like a substitute teacher with no lesson plan. Crawford didn't just win, he hosted a masterclass. He gave out free lectures on distance, positioning, and counterpunching. Canelo signed up thinking it was a fight, turned out it was summer school. Every time he loaded up, Crawford made him reset. Every time he tried to bully forward, Crawford pivoted into open space like he had Google Maps running in his head. The result? Canelo froze. And when you make a pressure fighter freeze, you might as well start planning the after party. The scariest part is how calm Crawford was while doing it. He didn't need wild exchanges. He didn't need fireworks. He fought like a man paying bills, casual, consistent, precise. That's the type of dominance that destroys legacies. You can't even call it luck because Crawford doesn't throw anything random. He made Canelo, the so-called boogeyman of boxing, look like an amateur struggling through his first sparring session. And if Canelo, Mr. Multi-Division Superstar, looked this lost, what do you think every other fighter is thinking right now? They're sitting at home watching tape, sweating bullets, and telling their promoters, hey, maybe we should fight in Japan instead. Against Canelo, Bud stripped away the Mexican king's aura piece by piece. You could see it, the hesitations, the resets, the tiny moments of doubt. Canelo's face said it all. Wait, why aren't my punches working? Because Bud doesn't let them. He doesn't just dodge, he makes you question why you threw the punch in the first place. It's psychological warfare at its peak. Most fighters beat you physically. Crawford beats your soul. He leaves you asking existential questions. Am I good enough? Did I train hard enough? Should I have been a plumber instead? That's why fighters fear him more than knockout artists. A knockout? You can excuse one lucky punch, a bad night. But when someone dismantles your entire game plan, exposes your flaws, and makes you look like you've never held gloves before, that sticks. That rewrites your whole career arc. And that's exactly why fighters are ducking Bud. Nobody wants to be the next chapter in his psychological horror novel. Canelo was supposed to be the immovable force. Instead, he left looking like the victim in a boxing slasher flick. Stop the presses. Canelo Alvarez, the man who shared the ring with Floyd Mayweather Jr., just said out loud that Terence Crawford is better. Do you realize how insane that is? That's like LeBron admitting Steph Curry changed the game more than Michael Jordan. That's like Jay-Z saying Drake has better bars. You don't just throw that out casually unless you truly believe it. Canelo could have made excuses. He could have said bad night, bad camp, bad judges. Instead, he kept it 100. Crawford had him baffled, body not responding, couldn't figure him out. Then came the nuke. He's way better than Mayweather. Bro, even Mayweather probably spit out his champagne reading that. What makes this confession dangerous is the ripple effect. If Canelo Boxing's biggest cash cow admits Crawford gave him more problems than Floyd, then every fighter in the game just got handed a permission slip to avoid Bud. Imagine being a 154 pounder hearing that. You're suddenly real busy that week when your promoter calls. And let's not forget Canelo wasn't bitter. No excuses, he gave full respect. That makes it hit even harder. When the face of boxing willingly crowns you greater than Mayweather, you've officially crossed into untouchable territory. That one line alone cemented Crawford's legacy forever. Abel Sanchez didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't say, Canelo had an off night. He didn't drop the usual coach cliches. He flat out admitted this was the best version of Canelo, and Crawford still schooled him. That's like saying you brought your A game to the SAT and still got outscored by the kid who didn't study. Painful. Think about it. Abel has been in corners against Canelo. He's seen the monster up close. So when he calls Crawford's performance exceptional, you better believe it wasn't coach speak. He said Canelo was prime, sharp, dangerous, and it didn't matter. Crawford dismantled him anyway. That's a generational compliment. And that's what scares fighters most. You can sell a rematch if people think it was close, controversial, or fluky. But when a respected trainer says, nah, he'd beat anyone that night, you realize Crawford's not just winning fight, he's erasing hope. A rematch? For what? To watch Crawford paint the same Picasso twice? Please. Abel Sanchez hit the nail. This was a masterpiece. You don't redo the Mona Lisa. You don't ask Beethoven to replay Symphony No. 5. And you damn sure don't throw Canelo back in with Bud just to get schooled again. Fans want drama. They want trilogies. But this isn't Wilder Fury. This isn't Pacquiao Marquez. This was one man showing he's on a completely different level. You don't sell tickets for another execution. What makes this so fun is the raw passion. It's not media-trained nonsense. It's real, unfiltered chest thumping. Bradley demanding YouTube commenters apologize? That's iconic. Bulak laughing at doubters like a stand-up comic? Priceless. These guys aren't just celebrating a win, they're rewriting history and making sure you never forget it. Leave it to Keith Thurman to turn a beatdown into a TED Talk. While Bradley was preaching fire and Bulak was doing stand-up, Thurman sat down like a professor. Class is in session. Today's topic, how Terence Crawford made Canelo Alvarez look like a freshman. Step 1, jab. Step 2, movement. Step 3, ring control. It was boxing 101, but taught at graduate level speed. Thurman broke it down like he was handing out worksheets. C class? Canelo froze because Crawford's jab disrupted the rhythm. He explained every pivot, every adjustment, every trap set.